Hey, here he comes, cop killer.
Morning, Terry.
Oh, I've expected you to be carted off to prison by now.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Manhandling a police officer.
Yes, well, it didn't quite come to that, but we did have a very pleasant evening together.
Oh, so she didn't handcuff you to the bed and take down your statement?
I expect there'll be a few people in the village that find the situation rather amusing, but the fact of the matter is that I find her an extremely attractive woman and very intelligent.
And a dab hand with the old body search. Hey, listen, mate, you don't have to tell me about women in uniforms. I met this traffic warrant a couple of months ago.
And here comes your delightful wife. Morning, Brent.
Hi, Eric. I'm waiting for you to move them crates.
Hey, gives a chance.
Terry was just telling me what a great institution marriage is.
Yeah, that's what some people say about Broadmoor.
I'm going to nip down to the village hall. Pop by later. Discuss a bit of business.
No problem, Eric. Hey, Brett. It'd be nice if just for once you said something you liked about being married to me.
Yeah, I will. When I think of something.
They didn't even want to hear my side of things. Mum kept going on about how selfish and irresponsible I was.
Well, no one's exactly going to blame her for that, are they?
Well, there's no way they'd have let me go. I had to do it like that. I had no choice.
Fair enough. But if you knew the risks, you have to take responsibility for the results of your actions, Linda.
Emma, I heard that 1,000,000 times last night. Dad were ranting.
Well, I hope he doesn't think that we were in cahoots with you in any way. We're not to expect an angry crowd of torch-bearing villagers descending on us, are we?
No. I told him you knew nothing about it.
I suppose we can take the boiling oil off the stove then.
Yeah, I'd like to have a pot of boiling oil handy next time Viv opens her big mouth. Cow. Because of her, Mum and Dad are going to try and stop me seeing Danny.
Linda, much as you hate to hear it, Emma is right. You set this situation up and now you have to deal with it. The question you have to ask is, was it worth it?
Oh, yeah. It was worth it, all right. I'd do it 1,000,000 times again to be with Danny. And there's no way Mum and Dad are going to stop me seeing him.
No. And I don't care how much she begs or however long she sulks, she is not seeing Daniel Weir again. That boy has blown it with me, and I intend to tell his mother that when I see her.
Well, I can understand how you must feel, but Linda's behaved very irresponsibly in not telling you. I don't see how you can really blame Danny.
Well, they cooked it up between them, didn't they? Now, Mr. Turner, I know that you and Lady Weir are friends and all of that, but as far as Ned and I are concerned, that boy is both dishonest and untrustworthy, and he will never set foot in our house again.
Oh, Terry, I'm going to have to start counting this change out all over again now.
Hey, I've got a surprise for you.
I don't want surprises. I want things to be predictable and you to be reliable, that's all.
Hey, I've had an idea. How's about you and I spend a day in York tomorrow?
Why?
We don't need a reason, do we? I thought we could have a nice lunch and go on a cruise in the river.
Terry?
Yeah, and then take that tour, you know, where they've recreated that Viking village, where you experience all the sights and smells of Iron Age life.
Ooh, don't you think I've had enough of the smells of primitive man living with you?
Hey, I thought you'd like it.
No, you thought if you kept the little woman happy, then things would be more comfortable for you at home.
Oh, what's wrong with that? Hey, I'm never going to be able to do anything right by you, Emma.
Will you keep your voice down?
Oh, so you're allowed to say anything to me in public, but I'm not allowed to say out to you, is that it?
Do you not want this job anymore, Terry? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I want things to change. And I want them to change now.
Leave it to me, Terry.
I don't know how he managed to muck it up. It were a simple enough burglary.
'Cause he's thick.
Ah, it's true, our Sam might not be blessed with a lot of brain power, but I'll say this much for him, he's always willing to have a go.
I'm glad he's backed me. 'Cause now people don't think about me as being the stupid one no more.
What about our Tina? It took brains to plan and pull off what she's just done. It's here. The funeral of Luke McAllister of blah, blah, blah will be held in Surbiton Crematorium following an inquest at Otten Coroner's Court.
You gonna go out, Tina? So you can spit in his grave?
Shut it, moron.
What did I say?
Oh, Dolores, can you take the tuna and cucumber sandwich I've left and give it to the couple at table 7? Thanks. Here we are. 2 cheese and pickle sandwiches. Sorry about the delay. Enjoy your lunch. Okay. Oh, the cavalry at last.
I'm sorry I'm late, Kathy. I had to go round to the McAllisters with Rachel's to try and sort it out.
Oh, that must have been awful for you. Look, Betty, if you don't really feel like working, you don't have to.
Oh, no. Soldier on, you have it to do. Life goes on regardless.
Oh, that girl cost me a fortune in crockery. Betty, do me a favour and don't mention anything about Luke to Dolores. She's upset enough.
Understood. I'll just go and help to clear it up.
Look at this, it's busier than the wool pack.
Yeah, it'd be a miracle if any of them come back.
Oh.
Do you want some tea?
Can I use your phone first?
Yeah, sure. Isn't want the pub out of order?
There's only one thing out of order at that pub, and I'm married to it.
Nick, it were me that pressed Luke into speaking to Tina again, wasn't it? I didn't want her, but I made him have it out with her.
Biff, stop it! You couldn't possibly have known that this was going to happen, could you?
Yeah, well, I should have kept my mouth shut.
Look, it's not your fault. Like it's not anybody's fault. Look, I don't think even she wanted this to happen.
Oh, rubbish!
Biff, we've lost a good mate, and I'm as gutted about this as you are. But you've got to try and put it to one side and get on with things.
And Tina? What about her? She just carries on like nothing's ever happened. Well, it should have been her that died in that crash.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to get much of an argument there, Biff. Just let's forget about it.
Who's for a pint at Wolfpack? Mind, I'm only asking for company. I'm not offering to buy.
Look, I'm sick of this, Biff. Come on, you could do with a pint.
I don't want a pint. I don't want anything. You two might be able to act as if nothing's gone on, but I can't.
There you go, Sam. Shall I open it for you?
No, I'll use my teeth.
Oh, you damage them doing that.
Not me. My teeth are as strong as anything.
What's that from, then? Biting the heads off whippets?
No, Mum's cooking.
Yeah, to swallow that is really hard. I tell you what, Viv, that boy is definitely 3 sandwiches short of a picnic.
What can I do for you, Linda?
Well, for a start, you can keep your big mouth shut in future.
Don't you come in here talking to me like that. I'll tell your mother.
Of course you will. Anyway, I don't care. You've ruined my relationship with Danny. You couldn't do anything worse to me if you tried. I really hope I can return the favour one day.
I still say you can expand it. There's plenty of room in the business.
Plenty of room. I've car stacked 4 high as it is. I'll have to take later models.
Des, you know what I mean. Expand laterally, you know. Diversify into other areas.
I don't know.
Hear me out. I'm thinking about a regular bus service in the village. Perhaps just a 9 to 5 shopper service in the hall. The place is screaming out for it.
That's not a bad idea at all, Frank. What's his head?
Hey, oh. Right. I've arranged for a 42-seater bus at an extremely reasonable rate. We just have to get it back Sunday night for the school run Monday morning.
School bus? Leave it out.
Vic, a bus is a bus, and it's a bargain. We just have to sell at least 30 tickets to make it worthwhile.
Ah, well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem in here.
I mean, all the same, I think we ought to get a different bus. I mean, supposing we get stuck over there and we can't get it back in time. We look a right load of brats.
Come on. You all right, old boy?
Carry on.
Right. So we're agreed. We can start selling the tickets?
Right, I'll put a notice up in the shop.
Great.
Get all the expenses a discount. You'll have no bother selling them.
Discount? We're not running a charity, mate.
I'll tell you what, Seth. If you can sell 6 tickets, you and Betty can go free. Done.
Luke. Please. This wasn't supposed to happen. Please forgive me, Luke. You weren't supposed to die.
You see these? These are an insult to Luke's memory. You just wanted to gloat. Well, it's a job well done then, isn't it?
No!
You wanted to make yourself feel better then, did you? I'm sorry, Luke. This wasn't supposed to happen. You cow. You murdered him.
No! Biff, he went crazy. I was nearly killed too. I didn't know that this was gonna happen.
You drove him to it. You destroyed him. You killed him. His life was in your hands and you just...
Biff,
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Why couldn't it have been you that was killed?
Thanks, Al. That was a delicious lunch.
Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Frank, I don't know if it's my imagination, but you look happier than I've seen you for a long time.
Do I? Well, I suppose I'm enjoying myself, yeah.
Hey, that's because I do all work.
Come on. Excuse me, but shouldn't you be back at work by now, sir?
I'll just finish this, then I'll be off.
Go on.
Pull us another.
Oh, hello, Alan.
Oh, Vanessa, what can I get you?
Oh, nothing alcoholic. I'll just have a mineral water, please.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Want a word about your son?
Yes, I heard you and none too pleased about their little trip.
Little trip? Your son takes my daughter halfway across Europe without so much as though we're not. I'm not pleased. I'm furious.
Jan, don't you think this is something we could discuss somewhere else?
It's all right, Alan. Jan, a trip to Amsterdam may seem like a journey to some strange, dark foreign land to you, but it really isn't such a big deal. Danny's been abroad several times on his own, or with friends, and I trust him completely.
Aye, well, you might. And OK, so we're not that worldly or well-travelled folk, but that doesn't stop me from knowing who's good for my daughter and who isn't. And your son will never see our Linda again.
That is your decision. But please remember that Daniel told me he was going to Amsterdam, and I assumed that Linda told you. So, you see, if there was any lying or deception of any kind, it was done by your daughter. I think the question you have to ask yourself is, why did she feel the need to lie to you in the first place?
Kim. Hello.
Just thought I'd pay you a visit. See how you're getting on with your new venture.
That's nice of you.
Besides, we haven't had a good chat for a while, have we?
This thing weighs a ton.
We're nearly there. Just keep moving. Good heavens, Sam, what do you think you're doing?
I ain't done nothing. I was here all day. Ask him.
What? Oh, hi.
I hope you don't mind me dropping by like this.
No, of course not. Yeah, it might be an idea if you did ring next time, just to see if I'm in. Anyway, you here now?
Well, I'm just about to get off duty. I thought you might like to join me in a trip to Houghton.
I'd be delighted. Just let me lock up here. Sam, you can wrap up for today. Bright and early tomorrow morning, eh?
I think it's about time you and me had a little chat.
What about what a great institution marriage is?
What the hell's going on, Britt? You walk out at lunchtime, disappear for an hour, and then spend the afternoon back here.
I rang Gerald.
What for?
To bring about a few changes in our life. It's what you wanted, isn't it?
What are you on about?
Have you forgotten our conversation already? You said that you weren't happy with the way things are.
Well, I didn't say I wanted to move on, though, did I?
That's what change is all about, Terry. You know, moving on, a new place.
No, that's not change. That's what we've been doing for the last 10 years. It's not what I meant.
Well, you should have made yourself clearer then, shouldn't you? Anyway, it's too late. It's all sorted out now.
Are things a bit tense between those two, or is it my imagination?
Well, let me put it this way, love. If you hear me yell duck, you'd better do it.
You've done a good job on this place, Kathy.
It's nice of you to say so.
No, I mean it. You haven't done anything too ambitious with the decor, which is sensible. All things considering, I think you've used your settlement very wisely. I hope it turns out to be profitable for you.
Well, time will tell. If today is anything to go by, I think it may well be.
Thanks for the tea, Kathy. My advice to you, as one businesswoman to another, Kathy, is this. Keep your overheads to a minimum and always choose staff you can trust. I mean, look at me and David. We have the perfect working relationship. In fact, I can honestly say I couldn't get by without him.
All I can do is take these blood samples and get them tested.
Yeah, I'd rather play safe and have you look at the whole herd. I mean, when do you think you could come back?
Well, as I was saying, it's better to wait for the results of this test before we go any further.
No, I'd really prefer that you tested them sooner rather than wait.
OK, if that's what you want. It's your money.
Yeah, it is. And if I choose to spend it seeing a pretty lass, I will.
I better get back.
Back to the boyfriend?
Yeah, something like that.
I bet you've got lots of them.
Everything all right? With the herd? Everything all right?
Yeah. I'll call you tomorrow.
So we decided to separate. I still see him because he's a police officer, of course, but it's definitely over between us.
Sorry. Sorry you were hurt. I'm not sorry you're free to have a relationship with me.
Eric, in this job, God, they just expect so much of you. It gets to the stage where you can only socialise with other officers. You just can't trust anybody.
I understand. I've never trusted... I never trusted anyone in my life before.
It's very lonely, Eric.
Let's go to Hutton and have some dinner, shall we?
She did, I tell you. Kissed him. Pollard? Never.
She did. They're going out together. I saw it with my own eyes.
Pollard? Having it off with a cop?
Language!
Sorry, Nelly, love. I'm shocked, I am. It's not right.
You daft, you working there. Come back late from lunch and I'll have you banged up again.
Suppose I'll have to pack it in.
You'll do no such thing! Listen, you two. Our Sam's trying to get back on the straight and narrow, so will you just leave him alone and shut it?
Well, you just watch your step. We're trying to keep a low profile in the village for a while.
I'm off for a bath and get this paint off.
He's having a bath every day now.
Aye, he's working. You should try it.
Stay up. I thought you was a bit poorly, love, when you didn't come down for your tea.
Everything all right, love?
Yeah, of course it is. Who's come down the Woolpack for a drink, then?
Woolpack? Don't you think we'd better if we went to Malt Shovel, love?
I don't think we'll be very welcome there at the minute.
Well, I'm going down there. Why shouldn't I? I haven't done anything to be ashamed of. I'm going down to the Woolpack, and if you're any sort of a family, you'll come with me.
There you go, love.
Thanks, Eric.
Left the little woman home to do the cooking, have you?
Hardly. Actually, I don't know where she is. She must have got a late call or something.
You can cheer her up with a nice surprise.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A luxury charter hire bus trip to France, pick you up, drop you back at your door, all for the ridiculous sum, 50 quid.
Are you serious? A bus trip to France?
Oh, I'd grab a couple before we get sold out.
Sold out? I thought you said you haven't got
Haven't got as many as we'd like, you know, demand being what it is. Should I put you down for a couple?
Vic, a packed lunch and a chorus of roll out the barrel is not my preferred way of travelling. I go to Paris regularly. Why on earth would I want to join you on a day trip to a Calais hypermarket?
Terry, do you think I could have a word?
Oh, sure thing, Al.
Would you mind if I made a personal observation?
Well, it depends what it is. We're putting weight on.
No, it's just that it's very obvious that you and Britt are having a few marital difficulties. Now, far be it from me to assume the cause of them, but look, take this. It may be a liberty of me to even suggest it. It's the telephone number of a marriage guidance counsellor. Why don't you and Britt go and have a chat? Betty, what can I get you?
A sweet sherry for me, Alan. A pint for him before he dies of thirst. And I'll have a whiskey for bed. Now, you better make that a double.
I wish all landladies were as generous.
Aye, well, the poor lad needs it. He's just been on phone to Jess McAllister.
Yes, he does look a bit dejected.
So would you, if you'd just been blamed for Luke's death.
Oh, come on, love, eat up.
Okay.
I'll tell you exactly what she said later, but it was her tone, Ned. Like I had no right to even dare say anything about her Danny.
When push comes to shove, these lords or ladies or what have you think they can treat people like dirt. Well, those days are gone.
Got a visitor.
Danny!
What do you think you're doing here?
Dad!
Evening, Mr. Glover. Mrs. Glover. Please forgive me for interrupting your meal, but I just want to apologise
Save
to
it, Daniel. It's not going to make any difference.
Mum, just hear him out.
My mother told me how upset you were about us going to Amsterdam. To be honest, Mrs. Glover, I didn't think for a minute it would have caused all this trouble. It was stupid of me, and I'm really very sorry about what's happened. None of it was Linda's fault.
Listen, Daniel, I understand what you're saying, and I know it's taken a lot of courage for you to come here, but it's not going to change anything. Please
Glover.
understand that you and Linda are definitely not going to see each other again.
It was just
That's it, son. Out you go. And you sit down.
I hate you both, what you've done to my life.
You did it, Linda.
I will not stop in this house if I can't see Danny.
Get yourself back here, Linda.
Dad, you can't stop her seeing him if she wants to.
Just stay out of it, David.
There you go, lad. Drink up.
Cheers, Betty.
What about me?
You can buy your own. How are you feeling now, love?
Numb.
You don't want to take it to heart, lad. She just lost her brother.
Seth's right, you know. She's just not thinking straight, that's all. She'll come round.
Oh, she's right, Betty. I can't just run away from it. I've got to take some of the blame for Luke's death.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. I was just a bit worried. I thought you'd been cornered by an angry bull or something.
Actually, you're not too far off the mark.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's probably my imagination. I need a drink.
Whatever you do, don't let Vic sell you a bus ticket.
Come on, Seth. People do have their standards.
Yeah, it has got a bit foul in here, don't you think, love?
Too right it has.
Are you going to serve me or just stand there looking gorgeous? I've got every right to be served in here.
Come on, love, let's go home. Come on.
Do you know that this is the first time I've ever been out for dinner with someone that I've pulled up?
I'm not sure if it's a situation the police force would encourage.
Could say that. Isn't it odd? The things that bring people together. A broken tail light.
I think it's the first time in my life that I've been glad of police attention. Thank you. Why not come back to my place for nightcap? If you don't want to.
Yes, I'd like a nightcap. And I'd like breakfast as well.